in these shoe stores, all the shoes are the exact same and they're always on sale. And I don't get it. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Montana and I am an American teenager who lived in Germany, and now I'm back visiting Germany. But today I'm going to be talking about something that I find super funny and so weird. And the theme of today's video is, why are there so many shoe stores in Germany? You guys are gonna have to hear me out. I've got a lot of video examples. Unfortunately, I took the video examples on my phone, so the quality will not be as good as this camera. However, I will show you guys the examples of how many shoe stores I found in Passau. I am currently staying in Passau, Germany. It's in Bavaria, but in general, I noticed that there are so many shoe stores, not just in Passau, not just in the south, but really in all of Germany. And maybe it's because in the United States, our cities are so much more spread out and they're so suburban that you don't really notice how many shoe stores there are. But at least in Passau, there's so many all in one place, all in the city center. And I think I counted at least 10 different shoe stores. I'm gonna show you a little clip of all the shoe stores that I found, and then I will talk about the shoe stores, what I find weird about them, if they're similar to US shoe stores, and just all of the weird parts. So I guess my first main question is, why do you guys have so many shoe stores in Germany? And for what reason? I feel like I don't buy shoes too often. I do have a ton of shoes. Somebody commented that in my packing video for Berlin or for Germany, that I packed too many shoes. I only brought 4 pairs. I feel like that's not bad. And they're all very versatile. But I just feel like shoes aren't something that people buy that often. It's kind of like mattresses are things that people really don't buy that often. But shoes are pretty expensive and you wear them for a long time. And I feel like especially Germans would only want to buy like a minimal amount of shoes because they'd want to wear them to the very end and really like make sure that they get their full use out of them, you know, because it's very environmentally friendly and less. Yeah, Germany does have a lot of shops and consumerism, but it's less so than in the United States. So I guess that's what confused me. And then another thing that confused me was that in these shoe stores, all the shoes are the exact same and they're always on sale. And I don't get it, because if they're always on sale, then when are they not on sale? And how do you know when you should buy them? And it just doesn't make sense to me. And I personally think, okay, maybe this is just my opinion because I am, yes, an American teen girl, but so many of the shoes are kind of ugly. They're all kind of ugly and I just don't get who buys them and how these stores all stay in business, because they are big stores. They're not just small. Well, some of them are smaller, but a lot of times the shoe stores in Germany are very big. They're not like a department store, but it's a lot of space for just shoes, and the rent must be high, so they must make money somehow. I really get when there's different shoe stores. Like in the United States, we've got Journeys, which is a shoe store more for teens and for younger kids. And then we've got, what's another name? Well, of course, like Nike, but we've also got Champs, which is more sporty, kind of more men's shoes than women's. And the shoe stores that we have are very tailored to a certain customer, versus here it's like all the shoes, anyone, shoes for anyone, all these different types of shoes. The difference between like Sutur and Deichmann, they all look so similar. I don't know, like how do Germans decide which shoe store they want to go to? Is it like a brand preference that they grew up with and then they love it, or maybe it's just whatever's most convenient? But for me, so many of these shoe stores were just all in the Stadtgalerie in one mall, And I don't think in the US you would ever find that many shoe stores in one mall. One thing that I really do like about German shoe stores though, that isn't that common in America, is how they organize everything. It's really, really well organized in my opinion, because they put all of the shoes by size normally and then also by color. And I noticed this in thrift shops too. I think German businesses are just very orderly and they know how to organize things well, because then you can go, and of course this is not every shoe store, but a lot of them you can go and look for what you want and then it's all right there and you can kind of see if they have your size. But another thing that differs that I thought is funny is kind of noticing which shoes are more expensive in Germany and then which shoes are less expensive. So of course it's more like the American brands are going to be more expensive in Germany and then the German brands are going to be cheaper. For an American, it really is true that Birkenstocks are a good bit cheaper in Germany than in the United States. I bought Birkenstocks here, but I also brought some from the US. And then American shoes that are really popular for teens right now are Converse. Converse are so much more expensive. I think I have a little video clip. Also Doc Martens. I held these up for my thumbnail. I bought these used in the US on one of those used selling apps and they were, I think, $45. I don't think you could ever find, and they were fairly new. I think the girl had only worn them maybe 3 times, but Doc Martens in Germany and Europe in general you could not find for so cheap. Even on this resale app that is only in Europe, or only in Germany I think, they're still at least 80 euros resale. Converse are so expensive. Here I saw some for 80 euros, 70 euros, but in the US you can find Converse for resale for $10, I feel like, sometimes $20, and then sometimes our Converse outlet stores will actually sell new Converse for $25. So that is a big difference, and it's funny to see like how the trends migrate and how everyone in the US wants to buy Birkenstocks but they're more expensive. And so many people when I was going to Germany had asked me if I could bring them back Birkenstocks because they think it's really cheaper. Honestly, it's not that much of a price difference, but it is a good maybe $20 or so. Then the last comment that I kind of already made, but I just wanted to make it again, is that these shoe stores always seem to have something on sale. Like they're always such big Rabatt signs, and is that even how you say it? I don't know. But there's always these huge signs in red and it's always, oh, sale, 50% off, up to 75% off. And they just never seem to not have a sale, which I think is funny because there's a few stores like that in the United States, but shoe stores tend to be the stores that you will never find a sale at. Birkenstocks you will almost never find on sale in the US, and shoe stores in general don't tend to have as many sales as, say, an H&M or a clothing shop. So it's funny to me that in Germany you'll always look for a sale when you're buying shoes. There are very different shoe stores in Germany as well, like Snipes I think is what it's called. That one is more teen, sport kind of shoes, but in general there are also these big chains, I think they're chains, like Deichmann and Sutor and other ones, and all the little ones in the city that all sell the same kind of shoes, if that makes sense. So there's a little variation, and if you know what you want, like Only Go is this shoe store in Passau for teenage girls that has all of the trendy shoes, like the Nike, the Air Force Ones, Doc Martens, Birkenstocks, all of that. So you can kind of know where you're gonna go, but then there are also just so many other ones that sell the same things. So I wanted to clarify that. If you have any answers to these questions and you are German, please leave them in the comments below. I could not find many answers online. And honestly, my host family, I brought this up and was telling them how I noticed there's so many shoe stores, and they didn't even really notice. They were like, oh, I've never realized that, but now that you show me all of the stores. That's all for my video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Or if you know any of the answers to these questions, also let me know down below. I would love to hear some explanation to this weird phenomenon. Thank you so much for watching. Bleib gesund und tschüss!